Bubba. Come on.
All right. Well, we'll put Bubba Rowdy on the side for a second because it is finally time. Nick's new NBA MVP ladder. We're in the stretch run now, the regular season. Most teams, they got about 6 or 7 games left. Ton of stars have juggled the lead for the MVP throughout the season. Nick Wright, take us through what you've got with a week and a half to go, buddy.
All right, we've got an 8-person ladder. There's only 5 spots on an MVP ballot, so these first 3 guys would not currently make my final ballot, but they deserve mention. Number 8, Luka Doncic. That team is drawing dead without him. The victim of expectations. 28, 8, and 9 for the season, and people think he's having a bad year. Luka comes in number 8. LeBron. What obviously kills him is the missed time. He was first or second when he got hurt. The team's record with him, though, is still exceptional. His numbers are exceptional, but he falls to 7th. And if he misses more time, he could fall further even than this if we were to do this a week from now. And then Kawhi. Kawhi's been great, but somehow Kawhi's going to miss 20 games this year. LeBron's played 43 games. Kawhi somehow only played 48. That's why Kawhi doesn't actually make the ballot. Now guys who will make the ballot, but not win. 3, 4, 5, here they are right now. Steph Curry, 31.5 points per game. The team is drawing dead on offense without him. Just no shot at scoring without him. And he's played a bunch this year, but they're a 500 team, so I can't put him higher than 5th. Giannis. If Giannis hadn't won the last 2 MVPs, we probably would be looking slightly more fondly upon his performance this year. But even if he hadn't won the last 2 MVPs, I don't think he would win it this year because the Bucks currently are the 3 seed and his numbers are not quite as good as they were last year. But he certainly should be on the ballot. And then there's Embiid. They're going to be the 1 seed. He is a brilliant player on both ends of the court. His numbers are out of this world. He's 2nd in the league in PER. But again, the games played, we talked about LeBron. LeBron's played 43, Embiid's only played 46. But they're the 1 seed, and he was playing so exceptionally before the injury, he can stay there. And now the controversial part. Your top 2. Number 2, Nikola Jokic.
Wow.
The Joker's been awesome. He has a 31 plus PER. They are 9-2 since Jamal Murray went down. His passing as a big man is the best we have seen since Bill Walton. I am not taking away from Joker, but this is the league's most valuable player. It is not league leader in PER. It is not scoring champion. It is not best stats. It is all of that into a nice little tapestry. Wow. Who adds the most value? The Phoenix Suns last year before the bubble were so bad that they went undefeated in the bubble and did not make the play-in. They were 26-39 before the bubble. They switched out Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre for Chris Paul. And now they have the best record in the entire NBA. Chris Paul, his entire career, has affected winning. The Hornets, they get him as a rookie. They go up 20 wins. He leaves. They go down 25 wins. The Clippers get him. They go plus 9 wins, even though the season was only 66 games that year. They immediately make the second round of the playoffs. The Rockets get him. They win 65 games and are up 3-2 on the unbeatable Warriors until he gets hurt. The Thunder are trying to tank, and they get him. And they make the playoffs and get to Game 7 of a first round. The Suns are trying to take the leap from non-playoff team to playoff team. They get him, and they have the best record in the NBA. No one has added more value to their team this year than Chris Paul. He will not win the MVP. He should be the MVP.
What a case.
There is my MVP ladder, Brandon.
Great job.
Ooh.
Excellent.
That was really good, Nick.
Nicholas
really good.
James Wright. You say some crazy things on this show. You sold your stock on Tom Brady too early. The Nets, even when they're at their highest moments, you continue to push back on the Nets. Josh Allen, most improved player ever in the National Football League. You still don't believe in him. You love Baker Mayfield, but you don't like Josh Allen. Like, you say some crazy things, brother.
Yes.
But this CP3 thing, I'm with you, buddy. You got this right. You got this right. Listen, Embiid, he missed way too many games. And since coming back, he's been coasting. Okay, Jokic. I just don't think the Nuggets, he's playing phenomenal, but the Nuggets they're not a good team. And if the precedent is it comes from a top seed, a 1 or 2 seed, then you got to take him out. He's playing good, but the Nuggets just aren't a good team. And then you have James Harden, who I believe in. If he didn't get hurt, he didn't pull his hamstring, he would be my MVP. But he missed too many games. Missed way too many games. CP3, we're talking about just transforming an organization and a culture in less than 3 months? They didn't even have a whole offseason. You didn't even talk about that, Nick. They didn't have a whole offseason. It was like 70-something days. It's been 10 years since this organization's been in the playoffs, Wilds, okay? We're talking about Devin Booker, their superstar, was 14. So, Nick, I'm with you here, man. I'm with you when you're right, man. You got this right. And I'm surprised that you went out there on this limb and said CP3 deserves to be the MVP.
And let me just respond real quick to the narrative part of this. And maybe it should or it shouldn't factor into it. The fact of the matter is, in the micro and the macro, CP3 will age better as an MVP. In the micro, he will age better because it is incredibly likely the Nuggets go home in round 1. That won't be Jokic's fault, but it's likely. And the MVP having to be awarded in some hallway somewhere because he's not playing in round 2 ain't great. And in the macro, Wilds, when you look at the list of league MVPs over history, I say this with respect to Jokic. Historically speaking, he would be the worst one we've had in 35 years. Chris Paul wouldn't be. Chris Paul's an all-time great player. Yep. Nikola Jokic is having a great season and a very good player. But when you look at who's won the MVPs, it's Giannis, it's Steph, it's LeBron, it's Durant, it's Rose pre-injury, and then Nikola Jokic. Oh, okay, that must have been a weird season. So I think even on the narrative stuff, Wild, CP3 makes more sense.
I totally agree with you, and I have a call to action. If you've ever played with CP3, if you've ever played against CP3, if you've ever been on a banana boat with CP3, start talking about CP3 for MVP. It's a narrative award, and it needs momentum. So the idea they're like, give Chris Paul his flowers, like a tweet. No. Get out there and start talking about him being the MVP because he deserves it. And now I will change to my person who I would like. I don't think this is the MVP. I agree with you. I think CP3 is the MVP. But I just want him on a rung. I just want to get him on Nick Wright's ladder. And that person is, drum roll please, Julius Randle of the New York Knickerbockers. Let's go. Let's go, Julius Randle, for the following reasons. Nobody, you live in New York. Get ready. Oh, what is this? They're hosting a playoff series for the first time since 2013? That's right. New York is back. People are wearing dunks and eating in restaurants. Since 2013, Julius Randle, they're going to host a playoff series. Reason number 2, the best ability is availability. How many games did this guy miss? 100? How many games did this guy miss? 200? Oh, this guy hasn't played since 4 years ago. You know how many games Julius Randle has missed? 1. He's got the most cumulative minutes of anyone in the league, and he's averaging a league-high 37. And finally, number 3. Whose music is that? Is that Larry Bird's music? What? Julius Randle can hit threes like Larry Bird? Indeed, he can. Now look, fantastic. 24 points, 10 rebounds, shooting 40% on 3. Now, Nick, I am not saying this guy is the MVP. I don't think he deserves to bring home the hardware. But
who do you replace
if I told you at the beginning of the season that the Knicks would have the same record as the Lakers and we'd be hosting a home playoff series, you'd be like, what? Why? How? And the answer is Julius Randle. I just want him on the ladder. Just put him on the ladder. Even a lower rung.
I've got Wilds. I've got him at the top of the ladder. The MIP ladder, which he will win. He is the most improved player, and congratulations, Julius. And you're even on the cover of the New Yorker, somewhere in the background, in between Kyrie Irving's thighs. That's fine. I'm happy for you, buddy. But you're not an MVP.
He can't be most improved.
I think he is going to be
nice.
most improved. I think he is going to be
He's been in the
most
league
improved.
for 9